Picture this, you're sitting in a job interview. You're ready for the classic "tell me about yourself" question, but instead, the guy across the table starts brushing a rubber hand. Not yours, a random rubber hand. Or maybe you're walking to give a speech, feeling all confident, and you walk right past a man lying on the ground without even noticing. Weird? Yep. But here's the thing. These aren't scenes from a sitcom. These are real moments from real psychology experiments. And today, we're diving deep into some of the strangest, funniest, and most downright bizarre studies ever done. Stick around till the end, because the last one might just make you rethink every decision you've ever made. Let's start with 1971, the year bell-bottoms were in style and Stairway to Heaven was topping charts. Psychologist Philip Zimbardo had one question: how does power change people? To find out, he grabbed 24 college students, all mentally healthy, regular people, and randomly made half of them prison guards and half prisoners. Then, he set up a fake prison in the basement of Stanford University. On day one, the guards were polite. They gave polite instructions, they were even a little awkward about the whole thing. But by day two, it was like a switch flipped. Guards became aggressive, prisoners became anxious, and some even broke down in tears. The experiment, planned for 2 weeks, was shut down in just 6 days because things got way too real. Moral of the story? Give Steve from math class a uniform and sunglasses, and apparently, he'll turn into a discount movie villain. Now, imagine this. You're in a small lab, and a man in a white coat tells you to push a button that shocks someone in another room. They get a question wrong? Shock them. They scream? Shock them again, but harder. This was the Milgram experiment of 1961. The shocking part, pun absolutely intended, is that the shocks were fake, but the volunteers didn't know that. They thought they were actually hurting someone. And yet, 65% of them went all the way to the maximum voltage just because the scientists told them to. Turns out, people will do some scary things when an authority figure says, "It's okay." Makes you wonder how many bad ideas in history started with just following orders. Speaking of tricking people, let's talk about the rubber hand illusion. Scientists hide your real hand under a table and place a rubber hand in front of you. Then they stroke both the hidden hand and the fake hand at the same time. After a while, your brain starts thinking, "Yep, that's my hand now." And when someone suddenly hits the rubber hand with a hammer, you flinch because your brain is yelling, "Hey, that's attached to me." Moral of the story: your brain is smart, but also kind of gullible. Here's another gem, the Good Samaritan experiment. Researchers took seminary students, people training to be priests, and told them to go give a speech. Some were told they were late and needed to hurry. Others had plenty of time. On the way, they passed a man lying on the ground, clearly in distress. Guess what happened? The students in a hurry barely stopped, even if their speech topic was literally about helping people. Being late doesn't just make you speed walk, it can make you step right over Superman without noticing. Now, buckle up for one of the darker ones, the monster study of 1939. Researchers worked with orphans to study stuttering. Half the kids got positive feedback. "You're speaking so well." The other half were told their speech was full of mistakes, even when it wasn't. The second group developed speech problems, some lasting their whole lives. Imagine walking and speaking perfectly fine, and leaving with a stutter because some scientist had a what-if moment. It's a reminder that words can cause damage you can't see. Let's lighten the mood with some inflatable violence, the Bobo Doll Experiment. In the early 1960s, Albert Bandura showed kids a video of an adult punching and kicking a clown doll called Bobo. Then the kids were put in a room with the same doll. The result? They went full WWE on Bobo. Turns out kids don't just listen to what we say, they copy what we do. So if you yell at the TV during a football game, don't be surprised if your kid starts yelling at the toaster. Then there's my personal favorite, the invisible gorilla test. You watch a video of people passing a basketball and you're told to count the passes. You're concentrating hard. In the middle, a man in a gorilla suit strolls right through the scene. Half the people who watch completely miss the gorilla. If you missed it, congrats, you just failed Gorilla Awareness 101. This experiment proves we can miss huge, obvious things if we're too focused on something else. Makes you wonder how many real-life gorillas we've all walked right past. And, of course, the marshmallow test. Kids were given one marshmallow. Eat it now, or wait 15 minutes and get two. Some kids waited patiently. Others stared at the marshmallow, licked it, smelled it, and eventually ate it. Years later, researchers found the patient kids generally did better in school and in life. Or maybe they just didn't like marshmallows that much. So, what have we learned from all this? Put regular people in certain roles, and they might turn mean. We'll follow orders more than we think. Our brains are easy to fool. Being in a rush can make us ignore someone who needs help. Harsh words can leave invisible scars. Kids copy everything we do. We can miss the most obvious things. And sometimes, your future might just come down to whether you can resist a squishy ball of sugar. Humans are weird, but in the best way possible. And the next time you see a rubber hand, a marshmallow, or a guy in a gorilla suit, you'll have one great story to tell.